everyone, today I want to talk about the limited edition color tattoos from the Maybelline Dare to Go Nude Spring 2014 collection. All 6 of these new limited edition tattoos, well, let me rephrase that, all 6 of these color tattoos are limited edition. I don't know why Maybelline just doesn't make more of these permanent, I can't tell you. Now, a lot of you were hoping that if Maybelline made a new nude collection, that they would include the matte nudes, and unfortunately, while this collection does contain lots and lots of nude colors, the one we were all looking forward to, the matte ones, were not included. So that's kind of sad news. I hate being the bearer of bad news. So let's look at what we got. I'm going to start with the first 3, which are the cooler tones, the lighter tones. Well, not cooler, but just lighter. So the first one we have is number 85. No, the first one's number 80, and this one is Pure Nude. And by the way, if you're not familiar about what a color tattoo formula is, it's a crease-free, no primer needed formula that you paint onto your eyelid and it stays put all day. Some people have told me that if they have oily eyelids, it still creases. So I would say maybe use an oil-free primer, or make sure you really just clean off your eyelid first before you apply these on. Because once they're set, they're set. You can use them as liners, you can use them as eyeshadow bases, you can use them by themselves. Like I said, if you're one of those people that's like low maintenance and you don't want to be bothered with primers and all this and that and other thing, you just want to be able to put a shadow on and be done, this is your product. That's just the color tattoo formula in general. But if you layer it on too much, if you're not quick enough when you're applying it, it gets goopy and it's not as soft as you'd want it to be. So anyway, first color, Pure Nude. And this shade contains a lot of shimmer. I feel like this shade is perfect as a highlight color. I used it underneath my brow today, and it added just a little bit of shimmer to make my brow kind of just stand out a little bit and really contrast. But at the same time, it would also make for a very nice soft look if you're using it on your lid. So let me just swatch this up for you. I have a brush here, and I'm using a flat brush, and I'm just going to paint it on my skin so you can get an idea of exactly what the application looks like when you actually apply it. So again, I just take my flat brush and I kind of just paint it on. So here's my hand, and this is one swipe of painting it on. So as you can see, it's really, really highly pigmented. You can sheer it out and get like a frosty shade. That's why it's good for the brow. Or you can paint it on and then have that perfect opaque color, but still be, it's kind of frosty, so maybe this one you wouldn't want to use so opaque unless you're like really into the 80s revival, which I kind of am, but I know some of you aren't. You're like, frosty lids, no way. So you can sheer it out, maybe use it in the corner of your eye, or you can apply it as a liner just slightly underneath your eye. I haven't applied this in my waterline yet, so I don't want to recommend something I haven't personally tried yet. The next shade we have is number 85, and this is Beige-ing Beauty. So Beige-ing Beauty. And this one is a little bit more beige, still kind of frosty, I gotta be honest. But it's got a little bit more color to it, whereas the first one, the Pure Nude, is a really, really light, almost whitish nude, like a eggshell nude, like still borderline white, whereas this one really has that beige in it. So this might be more flattering if you want to use this as a lid shade. And this one has a lot of shimmer in it as well. So there you go. This one has a little bit more of a golden reflection. This one I actually found works really well if you want to use it as a highlight under your brow, if you want to use it as a lid shade, or if you want to put just a little bit in circular motions on the apples of your cheek and then quickly sheer it out. It makes a really beautiful highlight. You can see it right here. It makes a really beautiful golden highlight. I wish I had Whisper of Guilt because I would love to compare it to that from MAC, but I don't. But this shade is really, really gorgeous. Like I said, on the lid as a highlight. Overall, just a very pretty shade. The next one we have is number 90, and this one is Nude Compliment. And this one is a little bit more of a grade shade, more of like a silvery gray shade. Reminded me of something more metallic, not exactly a nude shade. Like, I wouldn't personally classify this as a nude shade. You can do a very nice soft smoky eye where you're not doing that harsh like black smoky eye, more of like a gray and nude smoky eye. It does exist. So let me just paint this on for you guys. So there you go, and you're gonna see it's just slightly darker than the rest. You see? And when you shear this out, that's where you can get like that smoky nude look, but it's still light enough that you can have that whole lighter, softer look. So maybe like a daytime smoky. Does that make sense? Sometimes I feel like I think I'm like one of those people that starts thinking I want a nude red. So if you've seen that, have you guys seen that on Instagram? I see a lot of makeup artists posting that little thing, like people come in and ask them for the weirdest things. This is kind of like a nude smoky. And then on the other side, the last three we have number 95. This one is Sleek and Spice, and this one has a little bit of like it's still metallic, but it's a little bit more chocolatey, as you can see. You can kind of see in where I swiped it how it reflects, but you can also see what it looks like just simply in the pot itself. So let me swatch this up for you. So as you can see, it's maybe like a little bit more brown. So these two shades definitely go with the two lighter shades. I'm glad that they gave you those options where you have the darker shades, you have the lighter shades, and you can do full looks using just one or two color tattoos. That's what I did today. I took 3 color tattoos and I did a whole look. The next shade we have is Carmel Cool, and this is number 100. And this one is an orangey kind of like penny color, like it's an orangey copper. I feel like it reminds me of the color tattoo version of like Who's That Chick, the Rihanna color from MAC. But this color is fun. I love this color. I'm wearing it today. Shears out really nicely. I used this all over my lid and blended that up into the brow bone with Beige-ing Beauty. I used Beige-ing Beauty as my highlight. So really 2 colors. Perfect gradation because you can paint it on and shear it out as you go. I literally just painted it on from the pot onto my lid and then just blended it upwards, and it was just effortless. 2 minutes. Not even. Really quick look. And the last one is something I think that a lot of us were really excited about. Finally, a black color tattoo. We've had Asphalt, I think it was Asphalt Gray or something. We've had that shade already, but that was a gray. That wasn't a black. That wasn't the color we were really excited about. This shade is Stroke of Midnight, and it's a black, and it contains silver glitter. Silver shimmer, actually. And you could see it from where I've removed some of it, where I've actually used it. And oh, excuse me, but in the actual matte side, it just looks like it's a plain black. But don't let that fool you, because it looks like just a plain black. This one you can use as a liner. I did that today, and if you were in person in front of me, you would see the subtle shimmer in it. When you paint it on, of course, there's more shimmer because you're applying it over a larger base, but you can use this shade as a liner, which is fantastic. So if you're painting it on, that's one swipe. You can see you do not lose any shimmer. None. It's a little bit harder. You might have to like paint over it a few times on like the other shades to get that flat, even coverage, but look at that. You're not losing anything when you apply this shade. And then when you apply it with a liner, say I'm using the thinner part of my brush, it does give you that. I can't do it here. Hold on. Here we go. I got my liner brush. So I applied it a little bit thicker on my liner brush, and I was able to get a pretty even line. That's a little bit thicker of a swatch, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My son just brought me milk. So cute. I love you. I love him. So this is a little bit of a thicker swatch, but you can do a thinner swatch. Hold on, you can do a thinner. Okay, I'm terrible at doing lining on the back of my hands, but this is what I did on my eyelid today, and I was able to get that flared out look. It's a little bit faded here because I rubbed my eye right before I did the video, but you can see here it was pretty opaque. I was able to do the full line out. I was able to do the winged liner, and you still see the shimmer in it, which is fantastic. So these color tattoos, it's such a shame that these are limited edition, don't you guys think? Some of these shades they should make permanent, at least add it to the metallics, you know, the little metallic collection they have, or they should add it to just a permanent line, because these are so versatile and they act just like high-end products, just like MAC paint pots. If you would like, I have reviews of every color tattoo that's ever been released. I have the full permanent collection, the full metallic collection, and I have all the other limited edition collections on my YouTube. So if you're curious about any other color tattoo, please feel free to look through my YouTube. It's there. I'll try to make playlists. I keep meaning to do that, and I haven't. What do you guys think of the color tattoos for the Dare to Go Nude limited edition collection from Maybelline? Do you guys like them? Are you passing on them? Are you hunting for them? Let me know what you guys are doing and what you think of them. I love reading your comments. I'm sorry I'm behind behind. I'm responding to you guys. I'm getting to it shortly. I read it all. I just don't always have the time to quickly respond to you guys, and I apologize. Thank you all for watching. Please follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust, and enjoy the picture swatches.